Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday Power Yoga. As you noticed, that this is a class about focusing on your inner strength, as well as playing with flexibility, and it just helps you to focus your mind better when you're breathing and you're moving, quite swiftly through the asana. But I promise you, you're only gonna enjoy the challenge, embrace it, but you're gonna come out feeling so light and full of energy after this. So if you're ready to get started, please join me at the top of the mat. Coming to stand, rooting down through the feet, allowing the spine to stack naturally. Imagine somebody's trying to pull your ankles apart, activating into the knees, tucking the tailbone forward, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Imagine your arms are heavy, gazing forward, trying to go tall through the neck in your mountain pose Tadasana. Just taking a few breaths here, gazing at a point ahead of you, keeping the eyes focused, the drishti, the gaze. And just breathe naturally here. Soften the chest. Release any tension from your body, but still stay quite upright. Relax your jaw. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. And just breathe. Breathing into the belly. Rooting down through the feet. Good job. Inhale, sweeping the palms up, bringing them over the head to touch. And exhale, bending the knees, bringing the prayer down, resting the hands either on the floor or on your shins or knees, keeping a bend in the knees, we're still warming up. And just begin to relax the shoulders, allowing the chin to fall to the chest, allowing gravity to pull you down. There's really no effort here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bringing the hands to prayer, bending the knees, using this breath to take you up. Inhale, bringing the palms above the head, and exhale, bending the knees, using this whole breath to take you down again, bringing the prayer down, hands resting on the floor, on your ankles, on your shins, keeping a bend in the knees, allowing the chin to fall to the chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands in prayer, rounding up, sending the hands over the head. And exhale, forward fold. Using this whole breath to take you down. May have lost someone. Inhale, rounding up, bending the knees, stacking the hands over the head, and exhale, bringing the hands to prayer, to heart center, dropping the shoulders, closing the eyes, centering yourself. Inhale and exhale. Oh, I might have lost someone. I think dropped off. Inhale, sweeping the palms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway up lift, bring the shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, placing the hands on the floor, stepping left leg back, stepping right leg back into your plank, and just hold in the air for a few moments. In your plank, making sure that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, that your fingers are spread wide, that you're pushing the floor away from you with the hands. If this becomes too intense, simply dropping the shoulders, dropping the knees. Inhale and exhale, coming back when you have rested, activating the core. Inhale and exhale, dropping the knees, dropping the chest, dropping the chin, releasing the tops of the feet onto the floor. Hands are still underneath your shoulders, tucking the elbows into the ribs. Chin to chest, inhale, lifting the chest off the floor. Exhale, bring the forehead down. Two more like this. Inhale, chin to chest, lifting the chest off the floor. Keeping the gaze down, and exhale, forehead down. You'll notice that you're lengthening into the back of the neck. Inhale, lifting the chest off the floor. And exhale, forehead down, tucking the toes, pushing back into a child's pose, keeping the toes tucked. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale. And big sigh out, let it go. Good job. Inhale, coming into your tabletop. So coming onto hands and knees. Making sure that your hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Keeping your toes tucked. Hugging your abs in, your lower abs in. Push the floor away from you with the hands. Good job. Inhale, sending that left leg back and behind you. Keeping a flex on the left foot. Pushing through the hands still. And exhale, lifting the right hand off the floor. Gazing forward. Inhale and exhale, releasing the right hand down. Releasing the left knee down. Pushing back into a child's pose, releasing the tops of the feet onto the floor. And just hang out here, trying to bring the forehead down. Resting in your child's pose. Good job. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, lifting the knees off the floor. Extending the legs. Taking about half a step forward into your downward facing dog. Good. Bending the knees. Keeping the chin tucked to the chest. Imagine you're trying to push your arms over your head. You feel that lengthening into the backs of your shoulders. You feel that into the backs of the arms. Maybe walking out the downward facing dog, bending one knee at a time. Taking your chin to your left shoulder. Sending it over to the right shoulder. Nodding your head. Yes, gently. And exhale, finding stillness. Good job. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, taking 2 steps to the top of the mat, walking your feet to your hands. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway up lift, bringing the shoulder blades into touch. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bending the knees, rounding up, 1 vertebra at a time. And exhale, bringing the hands to heart center, closing the eyes, centering yourself in your mountain pose, Tadasana. And just allowing the breath to relax. Inhale. And exhale. I may have lost someone again. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. Inhale. And exhale, releasing the hands to the sides. Bringing your gaze forward in the mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, sending the prayer up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up lift. Exhale, stepping back plank. Inhale, exhale, bending the knees or dropping the knees, dropping the chest, dropping the chin, dropping the hips, bringing the elbows into your ribs. Inhale, chin to chest, lifting the chest off the floor. Exhale, forehead down, tucking the toes, sending your hips back to your heels. Inhale, and exhale, spreading the fingers, lifting the knees off the floor, taking half a step forward into your downward facing dog. Inhale, and exhale, keeping a bend in the knees, pushing the arms over the head, chin to chest. Inhale, and exhale. Good job. Inhale, lifting the left leg off the floor. If all you can manage is here, that's perfectly fine. If you can take it higher, that's also fine. And exhale, bringing the knee into the chest, hovering in plank, and stepping that left foot to the top of the mat. So walk your foot to your hands rather than walking your hands to your feet. And when you've landed there, landing in your low lunge, rocking forwards and backwards. Just opening into that left hip. It's quite an intense stretch. See if you can extend that right leg behind you. So try and imagine somebody's picking up that right leg behind you. Inhale. And exhale, good job. Dropping the hands to the floor. Padding the mat if you're on a tiled floor. So pad the mat and protect your knee. Dropping the right knee onto the floor, keeping a tuck in the right toes. Inhale, lifting the arms over your head and try and send them back and behind you. Keeping the chin very close to the chest. Relaxing the shoulders. If this is too intense with the arms above the head, you can always bring them forward, or you can always have them in prayer. So that applies for all poses with the arms over the head, except downward facing dog. Good, inhale, and exhale, releasing the hands down, extending the left leg, keeping a flex in the left foot, walking the hands so they're just in front of the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway up, lift. Exhale, bringing your chest down first rather than trying to bring your forehead down first. Bringing your torso, then your upper chest down, and then tucking the chin to the chest. Keeping the back flat here. In your runner's lunge. Imagine you're trying to push that right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale and exhale, good job. Stepping the left foot down, walking it to the outer edge of the mat. So your left foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Bringing the left hand to the inside of the left foot, right hand underneath you. Lifting the left hand off the floor, placing it on the inside of your left knee, and just gently give yourself a push, or give that knee a push out towards the left. And try and see if you can bring that instep, the inside of your left foot off the floor. So you're resting on the knife edge of your foot, and you don't have to go too deep. We're warming up. So take your time, move through it. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Putting that foot down, walking it to the center of the mat, left foot. Left hand to the outside of the left foot, and patting the mat. Right hand underneath the right shoulder. Stepping the left foot back to meet the right in your downward facing dog. Good job. Walking out the dog. Inhale and exhale. We're still warming up. We're going to pick up the pace in a bit. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. Remember, taking this to your own degree. Exhale, bringing the right knee into the chest, hovering in plank. So try and hug it into the chest and step the right foot between the hands. Maybe you're on your fingertips. If placing the palms down isn't accessible for you, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure that your back is flat and that this is comfortable. You can also place your hands on blocks or hooks, rocking forwards and backwards. Imagine I'm behind you trying to pick that left leg up towards the ceiling, bending generously into that right knee so you're at a right angle. And then patting the mat, dropping the left knee down, keeping the left toes tucked, Inhale, lifting the arms, lifting the chest. Trying to bring your arms back and behind you. Remember, you have the option to have your hands in prayer or out in front of you, but do something. Good job. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I know this is intense. Last breath here. Inhale, relax the shoulders. And exhale, bringing the hands down onto the floor. Extending the right leg, keeping a flex in the right toes. Walking the hands in. So they're just not necessarily underneath the shoulders in this case, we're just in front of the shoulders. Good job. Inhale, lifting the chest, halfway up lift. Exhale, bringing your torso down first, then bringing your chest, then tucking the chin to the chest. In your runner's lunge here, remember you're pushing left hip forward, right hip back, self-adjustment there. Inhale, and exhale, relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your jaw. Inhale, and exhale, placing the right foot down onto the floor. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Walking the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. So your right foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Right hand comes to the inside of the right knee. All you're going to do is lift your right hand off the floor, place it gently on the inside of the right knee and start pushing that knee out to the right, coming onto the knife edge of your right foot, lifting the instep, left hand underneath the left shoulder, push the floor away from you with that left hand, spin the chest up towards the right. So your chest is open here, lifting the head. Remember, we don't need to go too deep yet. Still warming up. And good job placing the right foot onto the floor, heel toeing into the center of the mat, hands on either side of the right foot, lifting the left knee off the floor, stepping the right foot back to meet the left in your downward facing dog. Good job. You can keep a bend in the knees here, that's perfectly fine. Maybe alternate bending one knee at a time, trying to bring the heel down towards the mat, even if it's on one side. You're stretching into your calves and your hamstrings. Opening up, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. This might feel uncomfortable, but trust me, the release will be amazing afterwards. Good job. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, taking 2 steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up lift, hands to shins. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roots to rise, hands in prayer, right, rounding up 1 vertebra at a time, sending the prayer up above the hip. And exhale, keeping the hips square, keeping the pelvis tucked, small back bend. Inhale, keeping the arms above the head, interlacing the fingers. So your hands are making a fist above you. Now imagine somebody's trying to pull you up using your arms, and at the same time, drop your shoulders. So reach up with the arms, drop the shoulders, relax the shoulders. Rooting down through the feet, keeping the tailbone tucked, hips are square. Inhale and exhale, leaning over to the right side, keeping that pull as if somebody's pulling you, feeling that stretch on the left side of the body. Good job. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, leaning over to the left, keeping that tailbone tucked, reaching. Good job. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, leaning over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, lift. Inhale up. 1 more on each side. Exhale, right. Inhale up. And big sigh through the mouth. Exhale to the left. Inhale back up to standing. And exhale, releasing the hands. Bring the palms to touch. Bring the prayer down through heart center. Relaxing the shoulders. Closing the eyes. Centering yourself. If you'd like to take a sip of water, not a big sip, this was building up heat. I just need to wet my throat. Good, inhale. And exhale, releasing the hands to your sides. So I think we're pretty warm now. Let's get into a fun flow. It's not going to be too hectic. We're going to repeat everything that we've done, but just moving at a little bit of a faster pace. So kind of like one breath, one move. So if I'm cueing you inhale, make sure that you inhale, and if I'm cueing you to exhale, make sure that you exhale. Because those are critical points where you need to release and move into the next pose. So try and follow along, do your best. And you showed up on the mat today, so that's already a victory. Good job. Rooting down the feet, releasing the arms to the sides, dropping the shoulders, keeping the tailbone tucked, activating into the ankles, releasing the arms to the sides in the Tadasana. Inhale, prayer goes up. And exhale, bending the knees, blessings come down. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Shoulder blades touch, gaze forward. Exhale, hands down, stepping back plank. Inhale. Exhale, bending the elbows. If you can only manage there, that's perfectly fine. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. So taking it down. And exhale, moving through your child's pose into your downward facing dog. So you've got options. Remember, from Chaturanga, you can always drop the knees, drop the chest, release the hips, tops of the feet down, elbows locked. Lift up from low cobra, move through child's pose into your downward facing dog. So, and that's accessible for everybody. So you don't have to force yourself to always do the full flow if you're not up to it. Sometimes I take risks, so there's no shame in that. Good job. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, left leg goes up, rounding it into the left knee into the chest. Right, left foot between the hands, rocking forwards and backwards in your low lunge. Padding the mat, dropping the right knee, tucking the right toes, lifting the arms up, low lunge, sending the arms back and behind your back and behind you. Inhale and exhale, hands down, extending the left leg. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the left foot down, heel toeing it to the outer edge of the mat, and exhale. Inhale, left hand to left knee, pushing out to the side, and exhale. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, and exhale. Last one here. Inhale, and exhale, releasing the left foot down, walking it to the center of the mat, left hand outside left knee, and padding the mat. Right hand underneath right shoulder, stepping the left foot back into your downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, bring the right knee into the chest, hover in plank, activating the abs. Exhale, stepping the right foot between the hands, extending the left leg up, rocking forwards and backwards in your low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, padding the mat, dropping the left knee, tucking the left toes. Inhale, lifting the arms up over the head, stepping them back, pushing forward into the hips. Exhale, floating the hands down, extending the right leg, keeping a flex on the toes. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the left foot down. Exhale, heel toeing the right foot, heel toeing the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, right hand pushes, right knee out. 3 more breaths, or 2 more breaths. Inhale, and exhale. Last one here, inhale, and exhale, releasing the right foot down, well done. Walking the right foot to the center of the mat. Right hand on the outside of the right knee, lifting the left knee off the floor and patting the mat, stepping the right foot back to meet the left into your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale, dropping the knees. Hands underneath the shoulders. You forgot to do tiger pose on the other side, okay? I just realized. Inhale, sending the right leg back and behind you, keeping a flex in the toes, so your right knee, right toes, right hip are facing down. You're not open. You're facing down, push the floor away from you with the hands. Inhale, exhale, lifting the left arm over the off the floor, out in front of you, left thumb is pointing up, gazing forward, and exhale, returning the left hand down, right knee down, sending the hips back to the heels for a rest in child's pose. So we've got 5 breaths here. Really breathing into your belly. Completely relax the body. This is your rest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Last one. Inhale. And big start, let it go. Good job. Coming onto hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders. Keeping the toes tucked. Make sure that your knees are directly underneath your hips. Inhale, lifting the right arm out to the side. Making a fist with the right hand and taking circles in one direction. And remember, with that left hand, you're pushing the floor away, so you're not sinking into the left hand. You're growing tall, changing direction with the wrist circles. And then threading the needle, so you're threading the right hand between the left hand and the left knee, placing the right shoulder, right ear onto the floor. Your right palm is open to the ceiling, walking your left hand to the top of the mat. If that's enough for you, staying here. If you'd like a little more, walking the left hand over to the right side of the mat. And see if that feels good. And if you'd like a little extra, walking the left hand back over your head, bringing that left hand behind you, finding the bind, letting that left hand rest on the inside of your right inner thigh, and pushing or pulling that left shoulder back. So there's options. Relax your face, relax your shoulders, breathing deeply into your belly, and exhale. Good job. Wherever you are, bringing the left hand underneath the left shoulder, and threading the needle, sending the right arm back up to the ceiling, and releasing it down onto the floor. Well done. Good job. Inhale, lifting the left arm up to the ceiling, making a fist, taking circles in one direction, changing direction, threading the needle, left shoulder down, left ear down, walking the right hand to the top of the mat. Step 2, walking the right hand over to the left. Step 3, taking the bind, right hand goes to the inside of the left inner thigh. So your right hand wraps behind your back. And then you find your left inner thigh. And wherever you are, it's just as effective. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And side out through the mouth. Exhale, bringing the right hand underneath the right shoulder, and threading the needle, sending the left arm back up, and releasing it down onto the floor. Let's go into the back a little bit before we stand up again and work through our flow. So making sure your hands are still underneath your shoulders. If you need to walk back a little bit, so you have space for your arms, walking to the back of the mat, and maintaining your posture. Walking the hands to the top of the mat, wherever that is for you, and bring your chest or your forehead down, trying to bring the chest down. You'll feel that this is quite an intense back bend into the back of the shoulders, the upper back, backs of the arms. So really be gentle with yourself here. Inhale and exhale. And if you'd like a little more, bringing the chin down onto the floor, lifting your gaze up. This is quite intense, so only if you can handle it. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, good job. Coming onto your forearms, rounding forward, bring the hips down, releasing the tops of the feet down onto the floor. Walking your elbows in so they're underneath your shoulders. Your palms are flat in front of you. Your index fingers are parallel to the mat and parallel to each other. All you're going to do here is imagine I'm behind you, pulling your shoulders back. So you're growing tall, you're not sinking into this. Growing tall out of your arms, pull the shoulders back as if you're trying to spin your chest up towards the ceiling, keeping the gaze lowered ahead of you in your Sphinx pose, allowing the hips to melt into the mat here. You might feel this quite intensely in your lower back and your glutes. That's normal, but it shouldn't be a sharp pain. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Good job. Bringing your forehead down, walking the hands underneath the shoulders, elbows into the ribs, tucking the toes, sending your hips back towards your heels for a quick child's pose. Inhale and exhale, lifting the knees off the floor, walking the feet about half a foot into your downward facing dog, chin to chest. This should feel really nice in your upper back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, taking 2 steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway up, lift, shoulder blades into touch, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bending knees, hands together, roots to rise, 1 vertebra at a time. And exhale, small back bend. Inhale, upward salute. And exhale, bringing the hands to prayer. Resting here, closing the eyes for a few moments, just centering yourself, centering your breath. Slowing down your breathing. And just really checking in with yourself. Inhale. And exhale, opening the eyes, releasing the hands to the sides. Good. So hope we're feeling good and a little looser. We'll do that flow a couple more times and then we'll cool down and rest. So I'm not gonna go in too heavy today. Good job. Inhale, releasing the arms to the sides, reaching down through the feet. Tailbone is tucked, releasing the arms to the sides, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale. Inhale, prayer goes up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees, hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway up lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back into your plank, holding here for a few breaths. Inhale and exhale. So make sure that your glutes aren't up here, that you're lowering and you're pushing the floor away from you with the hands, keeping a tuck in the tailbone. Inhale and exhale. 2 more here. Inhale, I feel the shakes too. And exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember, you can flow through low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And just make sure on that upward facing dog that the knees and the thighs are off the floor. Good job. Inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. 2 more like this. Inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Last one, deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Good job. Inhale, left leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, stepping the left foot between the hands, keeping your low lunge. Inhale, exhale, patting the mat, releasing the right knee onto the floor. Inhale, lifting the arms up. And exhale, floating the hands down, extending the left leg. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the left foot down, walking into the outer edge of the mat. Exhale, left hand pushes left knee out. Inhale, returning the left foot down, walking into the center of the mat. Exhale. Inhale, hands on either side of the hands. Exhale, lifting the left knee off the floor. Sorry, right knee off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the left foot back to meet the right into your downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale. And exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Trying to send your tailbone up with that downward facing dog. And inhale. And exhale, side out. Good job. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, bring the right knee into the chest, stepping in between the hands, low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, patting your mat, releasing the left knee down. Exhale, inhale, lifting the arms up over the head. Exhale, floating the hands down, extending the right leg, walking your hands in. Inhale, halfway up lift. Exhale, bringing the chest down in your runner's lunge. Inhale, stepping the right foot down. Exhale, heel toeing it to the outer edge of the mat. Inhale and exhale, using the right hand to push the right knee away from you in your dragon pose. Inhale and exhale, releasing the right foot down, heel toeing it to the center of the mat. Inhale, hands on either side of the right foot, lifting the left knee off the floor. Exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale and exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2, sticking the tailbone up, releasing the heels about 1 centimeter lower. Last one, inhale. And big sigh out, let it go. Good job. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, taking one big step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rounding up, sending the prayer above the head. And exhale, bringing the hands through heart center, releasing the arms to the sides. Let's do that one more time, and then we'll add a little twist, but I promise it's gonna be fun. Good job. Bring the feet together, hands to the sides. Inhale, prayer goes up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, stepping back plank. Flowing through your vinyasa. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, stepping the left foot between the hands. Inhale, exhale, dropping the right knee. Inhale, lifting the arms over the head, pushing hips forward. Exhale, hands to the floor, extending the left leg. Inhale, halfway up lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the left foot down. Exhale, heel toeing to the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, right hand underneath right shoulder. Exhale, left hand pushes left knee to the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, dropping the left foot. Exhale, walking into the center of the mat. Inhale, hands on either side of the left foot, lifting the right knee off the floor, and exhale, sending the left foot back to meet the right in the downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, bring the right knee to the chest, stepping the right foot between the hands. Inhale, exhale, dropping the left knee, patting the mat, lifting the arms over the head. Inhale, and exhale, floating the hands down, extending the right leg. Inhale, halfway up lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the right foot down, hands on either side of the right foot, lifting the left knee off the floor. Exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Good job. You can drop to the knees here, take a rest in your child's pose, taking a few breaths. Before we continue, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale, lifting the knees off the floor, tucking the toes into your downward facing dog. Good, inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, stepping the left foot between the hands. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms over the head for your crescent lunge. Trying to send your arms back and behind you. If you can't get too low, just try and keep a bend in the knee and stay where you can, but still do the pose. And if you're going with me, dropping the hips down, extending that right leg behind you. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Floating the hands down, stepping the left foot back to meet the right downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale, side out. Good job. Inhale, sending the right leg back. Exhale, stepping the right foot between the hands. So walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms. Remember, you can have your hands in prayer. Sending the arms back and behind you, dropping as low as you can. Extending that left leg back and behind you in your crescent lunge. Inhale and exhale, floating the hands down, stepping the right foot back into your downward facing dog. You did it. Okay, we're gonna cool down now. Dropping the knees to the floor, sending the hips back to the heels, bring the forehead down. You can send your knees out to the outer edges of the mat. Just make sure your toes are touching if you need a little more room. I'm just taking some grounding breaths here after all of that hullabaloo. But well done, you did it. And you should feel really energized and refreshed. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really soften and allow your body to release any tension, release any thoughts of the future or the past from your mind. And just simply be present with yourself. Be here. Be here with your breath. Be here with your awareness. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Coming into tabletop. Crossing your ankles behind you. Placing your feet on the floor. You can stay on your toes if that makes it more comfortable. Walking the hands in, lifting the knees off the floor, placing your glutes down. I love those. And walking yourself to the center of the mat. In your seated Tadasana, pulling the fleshy bits back if you need to, keeping the feet flexed, rooting down through the sit bones. Inhale, lifting the arms over the head. Imagine somebody's pulling you up, dropping the shoulders, and exhale, leaning forward, grabbing what you can grab. If you need to bend the knees, bend them as generously as you like, dropping the head between the knees. That's perfectly fine. Or if you're extending, maybe grabbing the ankles today or the shins today, or you're here, really doesn't matter. As long as the intention is to participate. Keeping the chin tucked. And just release here. Release all control of the breath. And just notice where you feel the sensations of this asana, this pose, or this posture. And just noticing, without labeling, without analyzing, just notice how it feels and be present with that. And keep breathing. Relax your body. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and sigh out. Let it go. Good job. Walking yourself into an upright seat. All you're going to do, if you have a block or a mat, sorry, not a mat, a book, like quite a thick book, you're going to sit on that block or thick book. You're going to go just a little deeper into the hips before we wind down. So I'm going to show you different variations of the pose. So sitting on your block, you're not going to put your whole glute on it. You're just like literally giving yourself a lift. And this is if you've got really tight hips and you can't really get into some of these deep hip poses. So all you're going to do is cross your right leg in front of your left, but make sure that your feet are, or your legs or your shins are kind of parallel, keeping a flex in the feet. So both feet are flexed, and your right foot will come underneath your left knee, as close as you can have it, and your left foot will come underneath your right knee. With that lift of the block, this should feel a little intense, but not as intense because you have some support. And this should allow your knees to kind of relax into the pose. Step 2, if you're here and you feel comfortable, you can walk your hands out in front of you, maybe bring the chest a little down, or if you're able to, make your way all the way down. Staying here, happy days. So you've got options wherever you are in your practice. And if you are a little more advanced, I'm just going to show you from the side. So wherever you're practicing, stay there. Don't push beyond what you're capable of. So breathing into it, notice what you notice. And if you're a little more advanced, placing the right foot on top of the left knee. So this is called Agni Stambhasana, fire log pose, because your legs are kind of, or your shins are kind of stacked like fire logs. You're going to place your right foot on top of your left knee. And just allow that right knee to drop. What I like to do is kind of sit upright first and allow the knee or the hip to get used to this before I make my way down. And if you need to rest coming out of this and making your way back in, or making it as easy for yourself as you can. Inhale and exhale. Notice the discomfort, sit with it and know that it will pass. Relaxing the jaw. Inhale and exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale and exhale, relax your chest. Inhale, exhale, relax your back. Inhale, exhale, relax your hips. So any tension that you may be holding on to as a result of fear or feeling discomfort in this pose, let that tension go. You notice that with each breath, the body opens up a little more. without forcing it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Releasing your feet from wherever you are. If you're sitting on the block, removing the block. This might feel quite intense, so take your time, releasing the right foot down, releasing the left foot down. Maybe bouncing the legs up and down, allowing blood to flow through the right leg, the left leg. This might feel a bit cool in the legs. It's perfectly normal. And then we'll do the same to the other side and then make our way down to Shavasana. So if you're sitting on your block, sitting on your block. If you don't need the block, that's perfectly fine. Crossing the left leg out in front of the right this time, keeping a flex in the feet. Remember, taking your variation that's comfortable for you. So if you're here, that's perfectly fine. If you don't need the block, that's fine. Just make sure the left foot is underneath the right knee, and the right foot is underneath the left knee. And if you're taking it a bit deeper, just make sure that shin is parallel somewhat to the top edge of the mat, keeping the feet flexed. Relax your body and release any tension that you may be holding on to. So if you're clenching in the jaw, maybe in the shoulders, I know this is quite intense, but just allow the body to relax and see what happens. See how the body responds to letting go. And just stay focused on your breath. Stay calm. It's a silent, non-judgmental observer of your mind. The mind is linked to the body, which is why we work the body, and we want to work the mind as well. And the more the body allows, the more the mind relaxes. And it allows relaxation. So give yourself permission to relax. And this might feel different on each side. If you're right-hand dominant, you find it's more intense with the right leg on top, or maybe with this leg underneath, with the left leg on top. Depends. Know that also we're going deep into the fascia, we're going deep into the connective tissue. And at the end of this, you'll be bringing fresh oxygen and fresh blood, fresh nutrients to the hips. You might walk like a cowboy for a bit, but you might sing Ikikaya Ye, but yeah, depending who you are. Good job. Releasing the block if you're sitting on one. Sending that left leg out in front of you, releasing the right next to it, bouncing the legs up and down. Whew. I feel like I've been riding a horse. Good. And scooting to the top of the mat, giving yourself a nice big squeeze, placing your forehead between your head, between your knees, your forehead between your head, like, okay guys, forehead between your knees. Good job. Reaching the arms out in front of you. Inhale and exhale, rounding slowly, lowering one vertebra at a time. So we're going through the lower back here, through the lumbar spine, through to the thoracic spine, bringing the middle back down, one vertebra at a time, and then releasing your head down. When you get there, bringing the knees into the chest, rocking gently from side to side. Keeping the lower back pressed into the floor, so reaching, if you're not sure where that is, and where your back starts to split into your glutes, that needs to be pressed down. So whenever you're on your back in yoga, make sure that your lower back is always pressed into the floor, that you're not lifting it. to avoid injury. Third, hugging the left knee into the chest, sending the right leg onto the floor away from you, and gently rocking that knee from side to side, extending the arms out to the sides, shoulder height, palms open to the ceiling, and leaning over to the right side, bringing that left knee towards the right side of the floor. Points to remember, make sure the left shoulder blade is tucked into the mat. So you're not lifting the left shoulder blade off the mat, your entire upper back is pressed into the floor. And allow gravity to pull that left knee towards the floor. It's okay if it's not on the floor. Resting the left foot on top of your left thigh, your left knee, right knee. Inhale and exhale, bringing both knees into the chest, rocking gently from side to side, hugging the right knee with both hands, sending the left foot away from you onto the floor, rocking gently from side to side. It should feel really nice on the hips after that fire log pose. Extending the arms out to the sides, palms open to the ceiling, twisting over to the left side, resting the right foot on top of the left knee, left thigh, right shoulder blade pressed into the floor. You have the choice to either gaze at the left hand, gaze at the ceiling, or gaze over at the right hand. Your choice really depending on how you feel. Inhale and exhale, bringing both knees into the chest, rocking gently from side to side, extending your legs, keeping a bend in the knees. Your feet are parallel to the ceiling, and just reaching to grab either your ankles or the outer sides of your feet, keeping the lower back pressed into the floor. And you're trying to bend those knees into the armpits. So bring your knees into your armpits. They don't have to touch, but that's the general direction we're going in. And if you are grabbing your ankles, make sure that your thumbs are on the insides of your ankles. So really use the whole hand to wrap around that ankle. If you like, rocking gently from side to side. Inhale and exhale, extending both legs into a double-legged straddle. Maybe you're grabbing the ankles or the outer edges of your feet. Inhale and exhale, bringing the feet into touch, bringing the knees into the chest, and sending your legs away from you for our final resting pose, Shavasana. You made it. Taking up as much space as you'd like. Releasing all control of your breath. Palms open to the ceiling. Closing the eyes. And just relax. Just giving a chance for the practice to soak in, for the benefits of today's practice to be felt by the body. So always take some time to settle down before we move out. Completely relax the body. Allow these euphoric sensations to wash through you, wash over you. Knowing that you released a lot in today's practice. Knowing that you also gave your body a very good tune-up. So thanking the body for serving you. Starting to bring your awareness back to your body. Noticing the sounds around you. Just noticing, not trying to find the source of the sound. Notice the temperature of the room that you're in, the skin. Bringing sensation back to your fingers and your toes and your limbs, giving your fingers and toes a wriggle. Inhale, reaching your arms over your head to the space on the floor behind you. Taking a nice big stretch, maybe interlacing the hands, pushing them away from you. Bring the knees into the chest. Rocking gently from side to side. Making a pillow for your head with your right hand. Bringing the knees over to the right side. Placing the left hand out in front of you. Just taking a few moments here. When you sit up, to center yourself. To notice the space that you've created, the stillness that you've tapped into. Know that this is always accessible to you. Without disturbing the stillness and your awareness, pushing yourself into a seat. Keeping the eyes closed. Coming into a cross-legged seat. You can sit on top of a block if that helps, or a cushion. Crossing your legs out in front of you in a way that's comfortable for you. Closing the eyes. Resting your hands on top of your knees. And just centering yourself. Sweeping the palms over your head, bringing them to touch above your head. And exhale, sweeping the palms down, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, sweeping the palms up. Exhale, floating the hands down. Inhale, sweeping the palms up, staying in this Y shape. And exhale, bring the hands together above your head. Bring the prayer down through heart center. Dropping the shoulders, dropping the elbows. Keeping the eyes closed. We'll take one Om to complete the practice. Inhale. Om. May you carry your stillness with you throughout the day. May the grace of the ancestors, the gurus, the teachers always be with you. Namaste. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me for Power Tuesdays, and I will